You know that moment when everyone around you suddenly cares about the same thing, same shoes, same slang, same new era, and you're just standing there, blinking, not judging, not impressed, just unaffected. And the weird part is, they act like your calm is a problem, like you're missing something, like you didn't get the memo, like you're supposed to feel urgency, and you just don't. Stay with me. Because what looks like not caring from the outside is usually something else entirely on the inside, something quieter, something more specific, and honestly, something most people don't talk about because it makes them uncomfortable. And before we go further, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not broken. You're not cold. You're not too serious. If you felt out of sync with trend-chasing energy, there's a reason it makes sense, even if you've never had the words for it. Most people don't follow trends because they love trends. They follow trends because trends are social safety. When you wear what everyone wears, like what everyone likes, post what everyone posts, you're basically sending a signal, I belong here, I won't make this weird. And in a world where social rejection still hits the nervous system like danger, that signal is soothing. Have you noticed how people get almost relieved when you say you like the same thing they do? But you don't get that same relief from matching. And that's where it gets interesting. Because it's not that you don't understand trends, it's that your brain doesn't file them under protection. Your system doesn't treat popularity like proof. Does that sound familiar? Some people build identity from the outside in. They're scanning the room, reading what's valued, what's rising, what's safe to be seen with, and then shaping themselves around it. Not because they're fake, but because being aligned keeps them connected. And connection is a kind of oxygen. When was the last time you saw someone panic, not about being wrong, but about being left out? But people who don't care about trends tend to build identity from the inside out. Not in a loud, I'm different way, more like you have an internal compass that doesn't accept updates just because the crowd voted. You can observe the hype without getting pulled into it. And for a lot of people, that's unsettling because it makes them question why they're being pulled so easily. This is the part most people miss. Trends aren't just preferences, they're emotional agreements. It's a group deciding this is what matters right now. And when you don't participate, it can feel to others like you're refusing the agreement. Not openly, not rudely, just by not reacting. And your lack of reaction becomes a mirror. Have you ever noticed people trying to convert you, like they need you to be excited too? But that's not the full story. Because sometimes not caring about trends isn't confidence, it's control. Trends move fast, they're designed to move fast. The whole point is that if you don't keep up, you feel a tiny panic, then you buy attention back. So if your nervous system is sensitive, if you've lived through unpredictability, criticism, or social pressure, your brain might decide, I'm not playing a game where the rules change every week. You call it, I don't care. Your body calls it, I don't want to be controlled. Have you noticed how peaceful it feels when you stop tracking what everyone is into? Here's a quieter layer. Some people don't chase trends because trends feel like performance. Not just wear this, but react like this. Be excited at the correct volume. Post at the correct time. Want the correct things. And if you're the type who values sincerity, real desire, real interest, real meaning, trend culture can feel like being asked to act interested instead of being interested. When was the last time you felt tired just watching everyone try to keep up? Midway reframe. This changes the whole angle. What if the reason you don't care about trends is because you're not using other people as a reference point for reality? Some people need consensus to feel certain. If enough people like it, it must be good. If enough people believe it, it must be true. If enough people are doing it, it must be the right move. But you might be wired, through temperament, experience, or both, to trust your own perception first. And that sounds simple until you realize how rare it is. Because trusting your own perception means you'll sometimes be alone in it. And most people would rather be wrong together than uncertain, alone. So when you don't care about trends, it's not always, I'm above it. Sometimes it's, I can tolerate not being approved in real time. And that's a very different kind of strength. Does that land with you? If you've never cared about trends, you might have assumed it meant you were detached from people. But it might mean you're attached to something else, stability, not the boring kind, the rooted kind, the kind where your attention isn't constantly being rented out, the kind where you don't need a crowd to confirm your taste, your thoughts, your timing, the kind where your identity doesn't have to reintroduce itself every season. And in the right context, that's not a weakness. That's an advantage. So here's the real question. What does this say about you? Where do you invest your emotional energy? Into being seen or into being aligned? Are you playing the same game as everyone else? or a different one. Maybe you don't not care. Maybe you just don't trade your identity for temporary belonging. If you want, tell me in the comments, what's one trend you watched everyone chase that you felt absolutely nothing about? And if this hit, the next layer we can talk about is why some people confuse your calm with arrogance, when it's actually something much deeper.